Journal 5, Working in Teams. What happened? I watched the video in the VLE resources on working in a team. Sometimes for my work I need to work in a team. Other times I work on my own. However, I didn't find a lot of the information in that video to be relevant to my needs. What is acceptable and commonplace in the UK and the US is oftentimes not so acceptable in countries like Vietnam or China. They are both very different culturally from countries like the UK and the US. I can address an older person in the UK in any tone of voice, say anything I want to, and be taken seriously and listened to. Younger people in Asia are often still considered inexperienced and immature. Elders are treated with much respect, and often their opinion, whether liked or not, is listened to. How do I feel about this? I feel that if you're working in Asia, you need to be familiar with business practices, language, and culture. Are other people affected by this? Anyone who works abroad, especially in Asia or Africa, or even parts of Latin America, I'm sure, will have experience with cultural differences between locals and foreigners. When you work abroad, you have to know how things work in the place where you're doing business. Is there a theory linked to this? Not that I can think of. What can I learn from this? I've learned that although things are a certain way in the UK, although there are plenty of books written in the UK, they do not often contain information that a person would need while working abroad. What could I do differently? I can continue to look for resources and people who have experience. I can continue to look for resources on doing business abroad and talk to people who have worked in different environments and see what their perspectives are. What action could I take? If there are any conferences with UKTI on doing business in Vietnam or China, I will try and attend. When will I take this action? Whenever there is an opportunity to attend one of these events. I would also like to network with people. Other thoughts? Vietnam is very different from the UK. Another thing I've found is people are not so open about certain things. Many times they will say yes when they really mean no. You have to be able to imagine what could happen and foresee any future obstacles. In that video, it mentions everyone should have an equal part. I don't find that so true in Vietnam. Often,